Let's read from John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. Children born not of natural descent, or a human decision, or a husband's will, but born of God. The Word became flesh, and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth.
The absence of light, the loss of direction, no frame of reference, the presence of fear and uncertainty, void, and then a light. It starts as a flicker. It's not glaring for all to see, but it's a light nonetheless. Beautiful and mysterious, helping us to see, guiding us, warming us, comforting us. It is growing. It is shining brighter now. In one timeless moment, something of heaven is birthed through the tears of a teenage girl and the cry of a newborn baby king. All of heaven is perched at the edge of the sky, watching, waiting. God is sending the light of heaven into the dark of this world, to the young, to the old, to the weak, to the strong, to the lost, to the found. He is coming to us. He is walking with us. He is dying for us. He is living in us. Our unthinkable darkness is being shattered by unbearable light. And we gather to see, to view with fresh eyes again, the light that all the darkness in the world cannot ever extinguish. Jesus is the light of the world.
One of the things that we've done differently as a church this Christmas is to put up a display of lights outside the church building to be a blessing for those as they walk past the church, and also a visual reminder that at the centre of this story there is a baby born in a manger. And if you've not yet seen the lights and you live locally, I'd really encourage you to take the chance over these next few days to drive or walk past the church and to see them. And lights are an important part of our Christmas celebrations. We put lights on the tree, we put lights up around the house, we put lights in the garden, we put lights outside our house, we light candles. And so light is a very important theme within the Christmas story. You can even get Christmas jumpers with lights on them. This last Monday was the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. And although we won't notice it straight away, from now on the days start getting a little bit longer. The sun comes up a little bit earlier and the sun sets a little bit later. And eventually, maybe by the end of March, by the middle of April, it will even be light enough in the morning that I won't need to head out for my morning run with a torch, which is a time of year that I always look forward to. And the darker it is, the more brightly the light shines. Now, I doubt you were able to see it on Monday, certainly around here, because it was very cloudy. On Monday there was the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, resulting in an extra bright light in the sky, which some had dubbed the Bethlehem or the Christmas star. Earlier on we read from John's Gospel, and John doesn't tell us about Mary and Joseph, doesn't tell us about the shepherds, doesn't tell us about the wise men, doesn't tell us about Bethlehem, doesn't tell us about the star. But John deliberately takes us back to the very beginning of the story. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And John wants us to know that Jesus was there. The Word was there at creation, not just watching, but involved in the creation of the universe. Jesus is the source of life. He is the source of light. And now he's been squashed into human form, the creator of the universe, born as a vulnerable baby. Not born into luxury, not born into safety, not born into comfort, but born into poverty and danger and hardship. And in these opening verses of John's Gospel, John tells us why. Jesus came so that those who received him might become children of God. Our second carol is a reworking of Away in a Manger by Phil Wickham.